Друзья, отчитываемся, потратили все деньги, только что заработали терминалы в росте. Вот мы скупились, поразгрузились, сейчас еще закинем в метро, и мы кончились, поэтому если сбор денег снова.
Hey, Shalom. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do rule well. And peace, mercy to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men that are doing his work in sincerity and in truth across the four corners of the earth. And much love to the 1/3 and the innumerable multitude of you believers out there. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Yeshaya. And I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson is edifying through the Spirit. All right. So as you just saw the video clip that I put up, Lord willing, it stays up. That was sent. The brother Ash from Tampa sent that earlier. And you know, I just thought about, you know, now to anyone that could be devastating. Let me get that out the door. You know what I'm saying? A moment like that where whatever kind of bomb that was, blowing up right over your damn head. That building like blew up, like rattled, like smoke and dust, like, you know, that's an extreme measure, you know. But see, do you think that Americans are putting themselves in this kind of position where this could be a situation that they're in, man? I think absolutely not, man. You know, you Americans don't envision situations like this. They don't ever think that they'll be put in situations like this. You know what I'm saying? You know, the man didn't, he seemed like he had a decent resolve afterwards, but that's called aftershock. Man, that's right. Let me get that first. It might just be shock, but let me look up at that. The first word that came to mind was aftershock definition. Let's see. Okay, I guess that's from an earthquake. But shit, that's likened into an earthquake. Yeah, that's so it might just be shock, because aftershock, they look like they're trying to make it when it's referring to earthquakes. Well, let's see, shock. It says a sudden, upsetting, or surprising event or experience. That was on a sudden. My man was just down there looking at his phone, talking. You know, I couldn't understand him, but he seemed to be just giving some updates. But it's like that came out of nowhere, man. A sudden upsetting or surprising or experience. Surprising event or experience. It says an acute medical condition associated with the fall in blood pressure caused by events of a loss of blood, severe burns, bacterial infection, allergic reaction, or sudden emotional stress, and marked by cold, pallid skin, irregular breathing, rapid pulse, and dilated pupils. And I guarantee he had all of those, right? As a synonym, trauma, a state of shock. All right. So the dude, his whole world was shook, man. You know, that reminded me of another scripture right now that just came to mind. You know, that his whole world was like, what the hell? Like, you know, that's what these people have no clue what's coming, man. This is the scripture that just came to my head. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? And that's what's going to be the reality. That's a true example of saying peace and safety and sudden destruction came, right? That's a true example of that. And so now, of course, I want to hone in on this bombing situation and war that's coming. But how much more the missiles, man? How much more the missiles of Yahweh Shemel Shai? You see, because they said they take 30 minutes to get here, but you might not get a warning, bro. You might not get the damn, you might not get that siren. It might just pop up on your ass and blow everything up, man. And even if it is, it's no time to get away. There's nowhere you can go in 30 minutes that's going to keep you safe. In the NLT, it says, when people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, Then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin, and there will be no escape. So when a woman is pregnant, when that water break, yeah, shit, even if you haven't been around a pregnant woman, y'all have seen the movies. You seen when her water break. Oh my God, babe, I gotta go to the hospital. My water broke. Because the baby's trying to come forth. You see, so that's how disaster is gonna fall on these people, man, especially here in America. So the Lord is giving you these different signs around around the world right now. Right? The book of Matthew 24 talks about how there are gonna be wars and rumors of wars. That is a war. Let me say it again. That is a war. Of civilians are sitting there getting bombed. You know, the other guy was talking about the Gaza Strip and the devastation that Israel has done to the Gaza Strip. They said it's one of the greatest catastrophes ever to happen. He spoke about the type of weapons used, the payload, the amount of civilian casualties. You know, they basically just don't give a damn. They just lighten them up over there, right? And see, Americans, you ex an American, you know it's war going on. They're gonna be like, oh no, I didn't know anything about it, or no, I'm not even thinking about it. That's gonna be their mentality, right? This is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You see, so the second woe, right? We had World War I, we had World War II, and now we got World War III, man. It's quickly arising. It's quickly going on. It's taking place over the earth right now. And do you think that people are even considering the works of Yahweh Shem Shai and what's happening in the world? No, because they're only concerned with their lives, their state of happiness, whatever brings them joy. You know, these people are more distraught about what is it, TikTok going down rather than worrying about their livelihood, right? And what can happen to them if this were to come into their streets. You see, so this is the mindset of Babylon America, to make people think that certain things which they believe are important just aren't. You know, and initially, Salaki, I'm doing a little bit real quick. Initially, I was going to do a lesson on, and I did one similar to this before, but basically, all the things that you have now, it's going to become a point where it's going to be meaningless, man. Yeah, my little side quest didn't work, so I had to take a pause real quick, so forgive me. But, yeah, man, so when, and I was going to originally name this Bombs Over Baghdad, that old Outkast song, B.O.B, but that was in Ukraine. So these countries are getting involved on another level, another threat level of life, man. Okay? Another threat level of life. Whereas people was free, like everything around you, and this is why people are trying to run from the reality of the situation. Everything around you is starting to change. Right? And this is all but due to Yahweh Shem Shai and due to prophecy. Okay? You got war ensuing, right? You got people just getting bombed. You getting, they're doing deportations. There's talk about famine. Talk about robots, right? They're dismantling the parts of the federal government. You got Elon Musk with he's really running the presidential show right now. You got Elon Musk with Neuralink. He just did a thing with the Donald Trump's what's the damn Space Force is now doing something with Elon Musk Starlink. You see, so many things are happening right now. The sea hit about to come. Basically, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but Elon Musk did something yesterday, or is trying to do something, basically to get rid of physical money and then make it electronic and digital. So hey, we here. We're in those times where we're about to see the prophecies being fulfilled of Yahweh Shem Shai. We're about to see Jacob's trouble. We're about to see the implant being implemented in the world. Okay? But let me get this. This is Jeremiah 51. And 14, the Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. So when America does get to the point where men are in, it's already being filled with caterpillars. You just can't see them because they just not biting the holes and everything yet. But America's being invaded. Different things are happening. You got sleeper cells all throughout the states, right? This is a time to be in tune with the prophecies. This is the time to be in tune with Yahweh Shemel Shai. But these people, they're doing the complete opposite. They're diving more into the world, right? Getting more into their folly, into their wickedness, not being obedient to Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know? So when the judgment starts to rain forth, you know, at that point it's going to be too late, man. All right? All these wars, right? Could you imagine, man? Like, you know how people react if a fucking bomb like that went over here? If that was a woman, she would have been screaming, bro. If that was a woman who did that happened to, you would have heard nothing but straight screams. Shit, he didn't even yell. He ate it like a man. You know what I'm saying? But shit, that don't mean he not terrified though. You know, but that also could becoming a normality for them. You know what verse that makes me think of? Actually, let me see here. Jeremiah 16. That's what that reminds me of. Even though it's not about bombs per se. But Jeremiah 16 and verse 4, it says, they shall die of grievous death, they shall not be lamented, neither shall it be buried, but there shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the fire, by the sword, and by famine, and by the carcasses shall be as meat for the fowls of heaven and for the beasts of the earth. So that's reminding me because basically, you're not lamenting people that are getting buried and things like that. Like that sorrow where basically this is really talking about it's becoming a normality to see death, right? It's becoming normal to see people it's going to be normal to see people dead on the streets. So he probably used to like, oh, it's a bomb. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a rocket. It's shot some shit up. You know? They're getting used to it. It's just like people in war zone. I'm not saying you get comfortable with it, but people in war zone, you get used to hearing bullets fly. So this guy could be getting used to hearing bombs go off, man. Americans, you can't even play a certain song around Americans without them getting uncomfortable. All right? And so the people are Americans aren't ready for war, man. Like it's no type of like spirit amongst them at all. Right? These people are docile, right? These people just do anything and everything just to go along with, to get along. They coons, they yes sir, yes master. Oh yeah, master. They like goddamn Toby on Roots. Toby stay. You know what I'm saying? That's how these people are, man. All right, Esau did a number on the Jakes, man. Did a number on our people. This is Jeremiah 51 and 30. You know what? Let me start up, and I'll start at 28. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. So, hey, man, the Medes, the so-called the modern day Medes are the Russians, you know, and so all these nations gonna start getting riled up to want to take that power from America, man. Not knowing that Yahweh Shah is gonna want to be filled with the power, but the Lord is using these people as puppets, using these nations as puppets. It says, and the land shall tremble in sorrow, right? America's going to tremble in sorrow, man. For every purpose of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, shall be performed against Babylon to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant. You see? So it says, for every purpose of the Lord shall be performed against Babylon. So everything that the Lord has envisioned, there holds, right? It says they have foreborn to fight. Let me go back, Jeremiah. They remained in your holes. They ain't trying to. You think they trying to come out? You saw how the Edomites over in Ukraine was acting when they told them there was something that was going on, or some of them was over there breaking their legs and fucking up their ankles just so they ain't had to go to war, man. Shit, Edomites have killed themselves so they don't gotta go, man. That's how through this man is. But let me see. But y'all, a lot of them gonna get sent, man. It says, uh, her mighty. Oh, okay. It says her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay back in their barracks. Their courage is gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. So I'm going to read it in the KJV. The mighty men have been forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They became as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. So America is just not what it used to be. That's what we're seeing now. This place, right? This place of unwalled villages where people are just destroyed mentally, spiritually, and physically. You know, sodomites running everywhere, effeminate vibrations everywhere. And then the ones that are masculine are the damn women. You know, the ones that are truly masculine are the men of the Lord, but the ones that are fake masculine are the women. And they ain't gonna want to go to no damn fight no wars. Not when they'll join the army now because they ain't got to go to school. They ain't got to be educated. They can go in over there and be a nurse or part of the IT team or some shit like that, and they get a charger coming out of it. But they're not really about that fight. You tell them, hey, it's time to go to war. Them women are not signing up for that shit. All that feminism is going right out the window, man. Right? Because if the men not going, they damn sure ain't trying to go. You know, everywhere I go now, I see sodomites, man. I went up in the grocery store earlier. I saw these two lesbians. One of them was supposed to be trying to be the man. Was cuffing her so hard, especially when other men come around. Because I ran into him like 3 times in a grocery store. Never let the girl go the whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about them studs and them dykes. When real men come around, they feel... the word is not emasculated because they don't have any masculinity, but y'all know what I mean. They feel intimidating. They feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? Because they go and they wear a strap on, right? Where a man got the real deal. You know? So the women ain't about to go fight these wars. Okay? When them bombs hit like that, people gonna lose their shit, man. Let me get this. This is 2nd Ezra 16. Let me start at 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. So, just as sure as that guy, that wasn't no nuke what went over his head. That was just a fucking bomb. You know, that was a missile. But that wasn't no thermonuclear missile. So the Lord said his arrows ain't gonna miss, because that dude, hey man, he lived by the grace of God. At the end of the day, that was mercy from Yahweh Shem Shai. It could have hit, if it would have hit a little bit lower, it could have took his ass out. The building, something could have collapsed on top of him. So, you know, but when them nukes come, even if you're not hit with the missile itself, right? Even if you so happen to pass out the blast zone, even if you so happen to not get hit by the you know, I saw a video on this about how the ways to die from the nuke. Even if something don't fall on your head, the radiation is still gonna melt away and disintegrate your skin. So the Lord said his arrows ain't gonna miss. You know, you know, Esau be having like arrows that, like, I forgot what movie that is, but they'll shoot the arrow, and then you'll think, oh, it's just the arrow, but then inside the arrow it'll like explode, or it'll open up like Blade's weapon. You know, Blade's sword got the extra knife in it. You thought you was good now playing with this shit, and then it blew up the dude's hand. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, his weapon is manifold, right? His weapon is manifold. The weapons of his indignation, they aren't just one tiered. That's 4 different things that I just named, right? Direct hit, blast zone, debris falling on you, and then radiation. So the death of those weapons is going to be 4 tiered. So the Lord said, excuse me, he says his arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. So they gonna fucking hurt. They gonna hurt. Every facet of it's gonna hurt, man. All right. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. So now these arrows is Yahweh coming off his throne, coming down, standing on the earth, and going to shoot physical arrows from one side of the earth to the other. Nah, that's that Greek and Roman mythology BS. The Most High is utilizing the physicists, the rocket scientists, these men that able to the smith that's able to alter these atoms and to be able to create these thermonuclear weapons. And so they're going to be shot into the ends of the world. And what's the end of the world, right? It's going to be America, man. Right? It's going to blast off and shoot and destroy this place known as America, man, from all these different countries. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. So when the missiles hit, it's going to destroy all of the flesh here in America, right? It's going to go down. Even the radiation is going to seep down even into the bunkers, man. You know, it talks about the only thing that's going to be here is those desert creatures, man. That's how you know it's going to be bad. With desert creatures are the only thing dwelling over here, you know. It says, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward. Hey, man, so because you had the reason why this is important, because when you have a guy that's like flimsy or a novice at shooting an arrow, he can shoot it and then the thing could pop off and can fly behind his head, right? But if you got a mighty archer that pulls that thing all the way back and cock it and know what he doing, he gonna let that thing go and you know it ain't coming back. These missiles ain't boomerang missiles, y'all. They not returning back from whence they came, man. All right? These missiles is going to go out and they going to hit their targets, which is going to be America. So the Americans ain't ready for the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai, the judgment of God, man. All right? It says, even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. So the Lord, he going to send famine and he ain't going to care, right? He going to send wars and he ain't going to care. You know, he going to send judgments and he's going to revel in that. Okay? It says, woe is me, who would deliver me in those days. This is how terrible it was that you had a man of the Lord saying, who would deliver me in those days? And he knows he's going to get delivered by Yahweh Shem Shai. But that's how frightening these times are, where a prophet who had the vision for these things and how he could be protected, and he's still like, woe is me, woe is me. He like, what am I going to do? That's going to be a terrible moment that's coming upon the earth. It says the beginning. He goes in, man. So you got to, this is vivid, man. The beginnings of sorrows and great mourning. So he was in a spirit of heaviness as he's saying these things, having this vision. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils come? See, that's how terrifying these things that are coming on the earth, man. He says, and the power shall stand in great fear. Beginning of wars. So what are we not seeing that, man? All right, is that not what's happening right now before our very eyes? It very much is. So in Yahweh Shem Shai is showing the world these gradual steps of what he's about to do. But the people do not consider. They don't consider that this is the end. You know, that's a big deal. To consider that this is the end. They think that everything is just going to keep going the way that they saw fit, right? It's going to go the way that I wanted it to go. It's not going to go the way that Yahweh Shem Shai wanted to go. Oh, this ain't the end, you know? This dude was talking about white women. All they care about right now is cooking sourdough bread. You know, and the dude was like, they're trying to tap back into that feminine nature, and it's true. But that's just because that time is repeating itself, but you don't realize that these people are losing right here, man. Matter of fact, let me jump down. 2 Ezra 16. And sheesh. Such a good chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 33 and read down. It says, the virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms, and the women shall mourn having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn having no helpers. Right? So these women are about to be losing it out here. They're not going to have husbands. They're not going to have men that help them. Only the elect are going to have men they can count on and believe in, man. The elect women, right? It says, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. So the wars. So men about to be sent off to these wars. They're going to die, and they ain't going to have food. They ain't going to have shelter. It's going to be terrifying. So a woman, you know, a lot of times dudes, them soldiers go off to war, and they send money back to their woman. But, hey, a lot of that's going to get cut off. And the women going to end up being in famine, right? Unless they repent and come around the men of the Lord. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord, right? So it's for us to understand. Believe the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, so all any false idol gods, and so it said, believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. So the Lord let you know about all the idol gods that were in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And they're in the world now, Baal, you know, Molech, all these different idol gods. Hey, man, they fake. They ain't real. They can't do nothing for you. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, man. These things are coming. It's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's a lot of stuff going on in the spirit. It says, as when this is a precept what I mentioned earlier. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her great birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So that's how these plagues are coming. They slack not. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So the Lord has given us the download what to do in these situations, how to act, how to move, while the rest of the world is going to be full of sorrow and mourning and destruction, while the plagues are just attacking them. And so we're going to be praising and thanking Yahweh Shem Shah because we've been, through the Spirit, we've been preparing for this, right? We're aware that it's coming. You know, so if a bomb hit over us, we just gonna have to be like, Yahweh Shem Shah, protect us, keep us safe. But people, they gonna call on fucking Jesus, and he ain't gonna help them. They gonna get smashed by a goddamn fucking gargoyle that fall off the top of a roof and smash their ass, man. You know, these are the type of things that's gonna happen. So, you know, I didn't want to make this too long. I just saw that link. I just had to do something on it. So, hey, I pray, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, all the honor, and all the glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and mercy to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.